GoToWhitney.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Whitney Ullman here at Caesars in Atlantic City, and they are celebrating 40 years. And I'm standing next to their special guest tonight, Wayne Newton, Mr. Las Vegas, but hey, maybe we can make you Mr. Atlantic City at some point too, I don't know.
Listen, I'm up for it, and I work at Caesars in Vegas, and so I just consider this to be home also.
That's right, I love it. Talk to us about being back here in Atlantic City. It's been quite a few years. What are you looking forward to doing while you're here?
Well, I'm looking forward to going and seeing where the horse jumped into the tank.
That's right.
I happen to have played Atlantic City then at the still Pier, and so I'm looking forward to seeing whether it's still there, and if nobody's going to push me off, I might jump.
No, that's cool. Well, I know Steel Pill will be very happy to have you there too, which is
you.
great. So talk to us about some of your memories, being on stage here at Caesars.
Well, it's tough because so many of my memories, I mean, when one looks around this room, you can't see them, but we can. And so many of these people befriended me and made sure I survived this industry and I didn't head down the wrong path and get in trouble and show up at any of their parties. And so it brings back so many memories, and they're all wonderful.
Who are some of the artists that you've worked with that have really made an impression in your life?
Well, I would have to say Frank Sinatra for openers took me in when I didn't even realize that he was interested in making sure I survived. And Dean Martin became a friend of mine. Sammy Davis became a friend of mine. Bobby Darin. New York and New Jersey have played such an important part in my life.
Right.
My first television break came from Jackie Gleason. My first recording hit came from Bobby Darin, who produced all my records, on and on and on. And so it's tough for me to talk about Atlantic City and New York without kind of grouping them together, because they took care of me out here.
Yeah, I mean, you've worked with a lot of celebrities. You've also been in a lot of movies. What's your favorite movie?
I think my favorite movie that I've done would be Vegas Vacation, number one. Number two, I had the pleasure of doing a television series called North and South, and I played the most despicable human being that ever lived. I played the warden from Andersonville Prison in Atlanta, and the character was so different from what I like to think of myself anyway. And so to be able to bring that character off, I think, was a great opportunity for me as an actor.
Yeah, of course. It's nice to play a different role than what
Absolutely.
you really are in real life. Talk to us about the music industry now. It's a lot different than it was, let's say, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. What are your thoughts on the new music that's out, and are you into any of the new artists?
Well, I love all the new artists. I think that I would be a hypocrite if I said I didn't. Do I understand what all of them are doing? No. If I were to start over again today, I wouldn't know where to start. I think the difference now and when I started in the business was that there are so many people today who are looking to be producers of talent that they actually take so much of the talent away from the youngsters coming on, and it's difficult for them to move ahead and learn and find a place to be bad, because we all need that, no matter where we are in our career.
Yeah, that's true. What's a fun fact about you that we don't know? Do you have any fun hidden talents?
Well, probably if you talk to my wife, it would probably be easier, but I think the thing that surprises people most is that I cannot stand burned out light bulbs. And if I walk into a place, whether it be a restaurant or my home or on stage, and there is a burned out light bulb, I immediately go change it.
Oh my gosh. That's actually pretty cool. And just one last question. If you could trade places with a celebrity for a day, who would it be and why?
Oh my goodness. I really don't think that there's anybody I'd want to change places with.
Okay.
There are people I would love to have learned from, and I guess he could be a celebrity, and that was Howard Hughes. I had the pleasure of meeting him twice, and I would love to have been a little mouse in the room for about a year. And I'd give up a year of my life to go do that. Or the late Dr. DeBakey, I felt the same way about, who was just such a genius of a man and contributed so much to mankind.
Oh, that's great. Do you have a motto that you live by?
The motto that I live by is to always tell the truth, just don't always tell it.
I like that. And wait, one more question I just thought of. Do you have any fun reality shows that you watch right now? Any good TV that you're really into or a guilty pleasure?
Not really.
Okay.
Only because my wife controls that area, and it's usually Housewives of Atlantic City, Housewives of New York, Housewives of LA, and I leave that to her.
New Jersey. She likes New Jersey, she said off camera. Okay. Well, that is so great, Wayne. Thank you so much for being here in Atlantic City for their 40-year anniversary. We're so happy to have you here. We appreciate it. Thank you, and thanks for watching, everybody.
I got to tell you, the gentleman backstage showed me a little piece from the paper of the last time that I was, actually it wasn't the last time, but it was a Christmas show that I had done here, and they ran a picture of Kenny Rogers instead of me. Now that wasn't bad enough, but I get out of the car yesterday, right, and this gentleman walking out of Harris, and he looked at me and he went, ooh, ooh. And I thought, well, that's a new language since I was here last. So I looked back and I went, ooh. He said, I know who you are. I said, no, you don't. He said, yes, I do. I said, okay, who am I? He said, you're Gene Simmons. So it's really great to be back here, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to know, and I hope that you enjoy this show tonight, and if you do, my name is Wayne Newton. And if you don't like the show tonight, my name is Kenny Rogers. Okay? I can't tell you what a great thrill it is to be here. And to just think of 40 years here in Atlantic City, not only for Caesars, but for Bally's. And it's been a wonderful 40 years. And I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, that it's not only the beautiful drapes and the mortar and the brick and all the leaders of Caesars, it's you that make it possible. And we all thank you for being here tonight. And we also want to thank the 70 people who have been here since the opening of Caesars in Atlantic City and their families. They have done an incredible job, as I'm sure the people here tonight serving the tables and all of that have done just the best, because they are the best. I thank you for the invitation to be here and have fun. Wayne Newton.
Thank you, Wayne.